Disclaimer. The information and education material contained herein is meant to promote the general understanding and dialogue of GAN's processing. Such information is not meant or intended to serve as a substitute for a healthcare professional's clinical training, experience, or judgment. For patients and individuals, such information is not to be a substitute for professional medical, therapeutic, or healthcare advice or counseling. For medical issues or concerns, including decisions about medications and other treatments, readers, viewers, listeners should always consult their physician or, in serious cases, seek immediate assistance from emergency personnel. Prescription information, procedures, and use of medical devices information should be undertaken only by properly trained and certified medical personnel. We specifically disclaim any warranties, express or implied, including implied warranties of merchantability or fitness for a particular purpose. Such information is provided, as is, and is believed to be accurate at the time of its publishing, but it is the viewer's job to evaluate the accuracy of any information found in this presentation. Every case presented is of their own experience, applied by themselves for themselves, and it applies to their case only. Every person experiencing health problems should seek professional medical advice and consult their course of treatment with a doctor. The processes of plasma balancing described herein are a natural process which supports the body but does not replace medical advice or therapies one is already subject to.
It's time for change to move into the real work of the universe. And it's time to understand that we use the matter state to reach the level of understanding of the soul of the man. Now you understand maybe why the Creator has sent His messengers in the name of whatever you have had. Is that they bring the ears, that it can be used when the time of the Messiah comes. They can teach the soul and the message, not to oppose, but by them understanding through those who have become messiahs to give from their souls to these to elevate, the job is made easy. The school is there and the students are devotedly there. Then there won't be any fight between what they call the Muslims and the Christians. The lamb and the lion will eat and sleep in the same nest. The Christians and the Muslims will sleep and pray in the mosque and in the same church in the name of their souls, not in the name of religion that is used to create so much conflict for the benefit of those who were the hyperactive children. The time has come, the time of change is here. And as I said, my wish is my command. If it's your wish to see peace, the path of peace is laid very clearly. It's the soul of the collective awareness by giving will create that position of change. No other thing. There is no pen in the soul of the man. And I'm sure once you go into the universal community, you will never see anything written but the balance of the fields of the soul of the existence. Try to be humble enough not to become arrogant in the power that you have understood and you possess. Otherwise, you'll fall in the same path of the church and the mosque. This is what we promised, and this is what we have delivered. We have to understand the operation of the soul, and we have to understand the soul of the man is a star in the cosmos of the universe. If we compare the soul of the man and many of us, 7 billion in one collection, Earth is like a galaxy with so many stars. When we look in the depth of the universe, we see galaxies with hundreds of millions of stars in it. So is the planet Earth. It carries 7 billion beautiful stars, which are the soul of the man. Carries with it soul of so many trillions of animals, plants, and everything else. So if you look, when someone who does not see the physicality of the earth and its content, what do they see? They see a galaxy with so many beautiful lights shining, each one according to their strength, each one according to their position. An infant has a beautiful soul, so has the old man. To those who do not see the physical dimension of this planet, but they see the strength of the field, we are clusters of stars. The human race, every single soul, no one from a distance sees that's the soul of a fisherman, that's the soul of the cosmologist, that's the soul of the president. They all shine irrespective of the physicality. This is the magic. This is what the new science has to bring to man. When we look to our soul, we see nothing but a star in the other souls. And this is the break. This is the understanding. This is what all these teachings are about. Coming to mature to the next level, to understand in the deep space, the universe is the oyster for those souls who serve. Then man is ready to go into space. Then man is ready to become part of the universal community which has been promised. I never promised you heaven. I always promised you the elevation of the man to join the family. And now you have the key. It's you who has to open the door to understand, if I can raise the soul of these people or millions of other souls, that the physical life on this planet changes, then I'm worthy to be part of the universal community. To be there to serve, to expand. To be there to be part, that in the cycle of life of universe, I become, in being part, I become part of the totality. When man reaches that point, a new dimension in the strength of the soul of the man will appear, which is beyond imagination of understanding of the physical life. It's the gate to the opening of the new life, in a new dimension, which is beyond imagination of what you might call a new beginning, a new cycle. Which that cycle carries with itself the origin of the creation of life in the universe and the universe. It's the elevation of the soul to serve become the key, not a throne of the physical life. The time is right. The time has come for the man to go through this process.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 219th One Nation, One Planet, One Race for World Peace, here on Tuesday, April 26, 2022. This is a broadcast of the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute Education Department and part of the public teachings in English. My name is Rick Crammond, and I'll be a host today along with Mark. And I think we're ready to bring on today's presentation with members of the Universal Council. Okay, there we go.
Yes, hello everybody. Hello, my dear beautiful souls. Hello, my dear beautiful souls. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And here in India we say, Suswagatam. Welcome again, my dear beautiful souls, to the beautiful energy of Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute, to the energy of knowledge seekers, truth seekers, to the beautiful energy of the universal councils, and to the beautiful energy of all that is in love and peace. So I will say and welcome, my dear ones, to the one planet, one nation, one race for justice and world peace. As my massage says, Shriman M. Keshe says that if you wish for peace, the path is clear, very clear indeed, and you understand what is needed. So this understanding becomes the balance, and this balance creates the intention in clarity, in ethical feel of the universal unified, universal creator, you can say that. And here, then the plasma, the fundamental plasma becomes dynamic, and your intention of higher presence in the ethics, that is, we all know, that goes like a space travel, space in between spaces, wherever there is a need, you are there. So this is the field strength. Here in India, we say Shakti. The magnitude of this is so much, as our beautiful teacher Alex says, that so much in magnitude that 10 times, 100 times, or time, or even timeless, you cannot comprehend sometimes. So this is what Keshe Foundation has given us. The understanding of peace is so much necessary to become the intentional heart and soul for the benefit of all that is in love, that exists in love, that needs to exist in love. And this includes all humanity and cosmos, all humanity and the whole cosmic civilization, as humanity is a part of the cosmic civilization, and they are the part of us, always sovereign, integral. So I read these beautiful words. Through the beauty of the soul of diversity, of the languages spoken on planet Earth, all souls are as equal, and all are as creators as they are created in the image of the Creator. So we are all creator, and the Creator is so happy about this. And he or she wanted that all of us should be living in peace, in beauty and totality. So this is how the unified field of creators works, my beautiful souls. Be in it, understand the need of peace, understand the path of peace is very clear. So now, Rick, we can go to the next slide, my dear. Salam, namaste, salute, my beautiful souls. And this is about the 5 minutes of silence for the elevation of the soul, of the souls of the 5+1 peace negotiators, the soul of the IAEA, all souls working for peace in Vienna, the souls of humanity, the souls of the world leaders and religious leaders of the planet, Earth, and of course, the universal souls too. And here, this is continuously going on and is in continuous, as it is done in a way when we understand that it is done, the peace is here, But in physicality, matter state, we can say this is continuous as long as justice is fully served, as we are here to serve. That is the elevation we do. And the world peace is understood by whole humanity in a way. So this is the 5 minutes of silence, and it starts now. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very, very much, beautiful souls, for being present here on behalf of all that is love. And Rick, can we go to the next slide? Yes, sir. Here is a wish, beautiful wish, as we always do. Everybody does this. And well, it's with the sole intention, indeed. That is, on behalf, the Universal Council has taken this wish on behalf of all humanity and the cosmos, indeed. And the wish is, we, the Universal Council, asks for the engagement of the universal community in our wish for everlasting peace through the embrace of love and care for all, adapting the universal way of living by accommodation and giving to grow within every entity of humanity. I am present, beautiful.
I'm present.
I'm present.
I am present.
Thank you, my dear Rick. Rick, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Oh, nice. This is a presentation by Mary. Indeed, she's here. 1 minute. Is Raphael here? Hello?
Yeah, I don't think Marie is here, and
Okay.
I don't see Raphael.
Okay. This is about Sunday, May 1st this is about plasma spraying. This is from Brazilian team, Keshe Foundation team. Very, very beautiful and totality. They always do that. And this is about the plasma spraying and dissemination of plasma technology. These are the I think these are the way of doing this, like spray, Orbeez, soap bubble, helium balloon, pamphlets. These are the ways to connect as we spray to connect, plasma spraying to connect. And these are also the connection they are doing. And they have given the time, Sunday, May 1st at 6 p.m. CEST time. And they welcomed all the knowledge seekers of Keshe Foundation. And even not the knowledge seekers of Keshe Foundation, you are welcome. They are welcoming all beautiful souls to be in this time, at that moment, to be together, all of us. So this is a beautiful way. They always do that. To participate prepare your plasma water in sprinklers, Orbeez, soap bubbles, balloons with helium gas, pamphlets to distribute. The venue is each knowledge seekers directly from your city. Mark the meeting point with Keshe Foundation knowledge seeker through the group of your state. Connect with us through the link that will be available on the day in the official group, on Telegram, and share your open camera at the moment of the spraying. Live spraying, YouTube channel Keshe Brazil, Tecnologia do Plasma. Peace Summit Special, official group on Telegram, Keshe Brazil Knowledge Team. Keshe Brazil knowledge team. So there's a Telegram group also, Keshe Brazil knowledge team. If you have to ask any question about this, how to prepare, they are there. Rafael is there, Diane is there. They will explain you. Liliana is there. Beautiful, beautiful souls. So thank you, my dear, for welcoming all of us in this event, as I call it event, as calling it as an event. It's so beautiful, you know. We understand that we are together. So thank you, my dear ones. Thank you, Team Brazil. Thank you. Salam, namaste, salute. My dear, can we go to the next slide? Here is the
Yes.
one city. Yes,
Hi. Sweetheart. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, from wherever you are. This is Stefania, and I'm representing the Italian language and of the Universal Council. And sometimes I think about that, and I think, wow, Italian language, you know, obviously doesn't mean only Italy, but I mean all the people around the world they speak Italian. And then I was thinking, oh my God, even the Vatican is included, Pope as well. So, you know, when we were doing the five minutes, because that one, it's very, very important, the 5 minute silence, because like Jalal said, when you are in silence, you force to not to use your senses, and you're forced to feel more and use your soul. So it's very, very, very important, I think, to practice that, definitely for me. And also the fact that now we elevate. So this is the new understanding, how the universe works, that we elevate, we don't judge or compare, or so we just elevate in one another. So that it's the power of the fields. And I was thinking, okay, I'm representing Italian languages, obviously not me physically, but the soul. And it's not even me, it's I'm like the facilitator of now, and then somebody else will be Universal Council in the future. Yes, so Italian language, so meaning the Pope, so really focusing on try to elevate also the Pope. And then I thought, I'm in England, so the Queen. Yes, so very, 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 very important work. So definitely, if I was thinking, definitely, I wish that one announcement unit, it will go eventually in the Vatican as well, and also in England for sure. Yes, that is my wish. And what we can do, last week we were talking about for One City, One Center, about how can we strengthen the fields, and how can we work all together. How can we work all together as one city, one center? What we can do, and now we're understanding more and more the power of the fields and the power of that we all have, and with our thoughts, and our thoughts are seeds. So we are all farming and we're seeding. We have to just seeds everywhere, every day. Good seeds. I mean, the seeds of whatever we want to grow and get bigger tomorrow. Yes, so we were doing that, and then on Thursday, Mr. Keshe made an appeal, and when he made that appeal of support from everyone who seeking knowledge, the true knowledge of the universe. So he make in the workshop live, he make this appeal to everyone who was listening that were seeking for truth knowledge. So that means we have to be independent, because especially today, we know that it is all monopoly game where many companies, everyone is earned just by a few companies. So it's very important to keep independent, to be able to deliver truth knowledge. No, so you have no benefits, so you keep yourself independent. So he called up on the whole the people, and that for me was the one city, one center in action. You know, one city, one center in action. You know, was already. I thought, yeah, this is why we got one city, one center. This is why we got one nation, one planet, one race. I was thinking last week, meanwhile, Mr. Keshe was making this announcement, and this is where, you know, we have to get together, and we have to do our best. Anyone can do something different. So last week he called upon people who had funding, who had spare money to give as a donation or to lend. You know, he called on everyone, and you know, and therefore that is the way we all give unconditionally. And he said it, just breaking through all the year of free teaching that you had, you know, because which is the school? Tell me one school that teach you for free. There are not many. You have to pay to go to school, and to university you have to pay lots of money. So he called on everyone for support for a project that is for the people, to the people. So it's for all of us. We're all gonna benefit out of it, no? And he just called for help, and during the 2 hours we raised quite a bit of money. So and then I thought, okay, that also where we are, our power, you know. If so then I make a wish in the Universal Council chat. I make a wish because I thought, okay, so this is also where we can work at the fields level, because at the fields level we can activate all the people who want to be part of the change. You know, many people wants to be part of the change. Many people wants to be good, not just for them, but for everyone. A lot of people wants everyone happy and everyone content, everyone free, no suffering. So I mean, obviously we are already free, and this is what we're learning now, that we are free. That freedom is inside us. We are the one who limit our freedom. So learning with this knowledge that has been shared for free from the Keshe Foundation and from every other sources, you know, for this knowledge, we now understanding that the freedom is inside us, and we are the one that we are in charge of our future and our tomorrow. So yeah, so all these things that empower us. So I was very, 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 very happy. I really wanted to share this today. I really want to share this, what happened last Thursday, and and to mark that was, you know, one nation, one race, you know, one planet in action, you know. So it is what we have to do. We just give unconditionally, and then on the point of need and support, you just call up, and then all together we see what we can do. We make our best, and that is where is our strength, you know, is where our strength. If we keep on working like this, nothing could really stop us. We become unstoppable. So we have to work on things that make us unstoppable, and you know, no one can stop us. So that was really good. That was a good example of us working together. So I just wanted to share this from last week. And also, I don't know if any of you who listened last week practice what we said, where you start to pay attention to the feelings, and be like replication cup, like where everything can give you joy, or everything make you happy. You just notice it without change it. You don't have to change things. You just notice them without changing them. And then as you become, as you noticed, you because maybe you pay attention to it, then you can replicate the totality of it, because I noticed Mr. Keshe, when he said about the replication cup, it doesn't say you have to replicate just the orange or the smell of the orange. You have to replicate everything that contained it, everything that is a part of an orange. So the totality of it, and that is again something that we should practice, because it's self-empowering, and because I did thought for myself, I did thought why I'm not progressing, why I did feel a little bit stuck, where I gained all this knowledge, but still I know that I'm sure I'm progressing, but I couldn't see this progress. Then I thought, okay, maybe I'm just jumping from one information to another. So I thought, okay, maybe what we can do, then I thought as a group, what we can do, we can just take one thing, only one, and then practice a little bit, spend some time with it. So in this way, we can take this knowledge deeper, because it's good talking about it, but then the doing has to be some doing, where from the doing come that learning, no? So I thought, okay, maybe this replication cup that I told you last week is something we can practice. Just stay on this, and just get familiar with this, and then get a little bit deeper with this, and see how far we can go. Because I was thinking, just this, if we can replicate feelings and then go a little bit further, you can take things more further, then we can collect. Because last week, I remember Mr. Keshe, he was talking about the salt, and everything is there in the magnetical fields, and something at the right time become material, no? But not everyone get materials, certain things. So if we kind of learn to work on that fields level and replicate fields and recall certain fields, and then from there, if we can achieve the transmutation and transformation of the elements to understand it deeper, that would be super a lot. Then would be, that's it. You don't need anything else, So yeah, so I was thinking to really maybe spend each week maybe discussing about the replication cup and how can we replicate. If someone, I don't know if now, later on, if someone want to share an experience that they managed to replicate a certain feelings, that would be interesting. So we can learn from each other. That's it. So I would just encourage you to, do this whenever you remember. Yeah. Okay. So we were also talking with the Universal Council supporter, and I think Mushfaq will talk about this later. But definitely, I didn't forget the Tuesday when Krasimir talked about distributor, and that he said that the Keshe Foundation will be benefit from as many people be distributor, because it will be a way for us to learn more about this technology and also take it further and do more things. So definitely, I would like definitely really still develop the idea of improving together the products and also the distributors of the plasma technology, because that can be a way to support ourselves, and plus experimenting and knowing and take it further, the plasma technology. So yeah, that's it. So this is regarding the One City, One Center. But definitely Mr. Keshe now, he wants us to focus more and more on the fields. So definitely we have to really start to practice and get used to this way of adding knowledge, this way of living. Because it will, I think it is our strength. So as I said, if it's certain part of the world, some people have no food, if we can transform and transmute and transfer feelings and sensation and materialize, then many of the problems of today would be solved. There would be no problem anymore. So yeah, thank you so much. We can go to the next slide. I think I took enough. This is the motion. I think Andreas is here with us. Yeah, yesterday we had our first motion teaching. It was very, very interesting. So yeah, so I don't know if Andreas is with us, and we can start with the motion.
Thank you, Stefania. Hello. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever. And
your voice is low, but I don't know if it's just me. I don't know if it's just me or...
No, the voice is low.
Is it better now? Better now?
Yes. Yes.
Thank you. So yes, we actually had our first motion training last night. And so I think it was a good start, and we had just time to get a glimpse or a short overview of what the teachings or the trainings are going to be all about. And so I would like to just invite you to do basically a short exercise. If you can, you should stand up right now. And so everything in front of you is basically, you imagine yourself to be a standing mirror. And what you see in front of you is basically part of what is reflected in the first 180 degrees of your body, so your front side of the body. And so then you try to shortly look back behind you to see the environment, and then you try to reflect again basically what is your back seeing into yourself. So because you are the mirror, so you basically reflect what is looking inside of you. So you have like an A side and the B side, or vice versa. One in front of you and one behind you. If you do that in nature, it is more impressive than just inside. And now we switch 90 degrees, and basically we do the same, but just now we look from the shoulders, the left shoulders, until to the middle of your head is one side, and the right shoulder until the middle of your head is the other mirror. So basically we have a mirror that our shoulder is somehow growing out of. Now, if you imagine, you can do this reflective work basically to become more aware of the fields around you. You need to get some orientation. And either you look everything together, you try to merge all the sensations that comes from your body or from outside into one experience, or you try to see if there is maybe something changing. So another reflection would be you basically have your legs and the feels of your legs, and then from the legs, basically from the hips to the tip of your head. And the more you can basically focus to that field, and the more you can calm down in the mental way and also in the physical way through the breathing, you can see that through doing nothing, there is something going on that you are part of. You can also experiment with eyes open or eyes closed, or half open, half closed. Okay, thank you. So now, can you, okay, I should speak a bit louder. Is that good enough now?
It's good, yep, thanks.
Thank you, Rick. So if this exercise is too big for the first, it is a bit more, it's larger than the next one we do. So I want you to sit comfortably, but if you can, also in a straight upwards position with your back. So we start to rub our hands, we stretch them out, and then we rub them slowly. So we do a bit more force in it, so we press them a bit harder, so it's really a certain heat coming from the friction. And then we relax again. And so we just do one clap. And now I want you to basically focus your whole experience of all your sensations, how you are connected to the environment. All your focus is between your hands. Try not to touch them. If you will, you can play like making a snowball, if there is still snow in Canada. And now just observe what's going on. And record that experience as something that is happening to you because you are basically doing it. And if not it's you doing it, then it's someone doing it for you, through you. So you see that there is some sort of tension, attraction, repel, or just magnetical and gravitational forces going between the plus and the minus. The more empty your stomach actually is, the more clear will be the intense of emotion that you can feel in this state. So the size of the horizon between your hands, you just let it happen. Don't force it. Gain joy and also confidence through the letting go, or just be there. So if you now know through the experience, through the application of the knowledge, that you are basically part of those two forces that inhibits in all creation, it's up to you how many doors you open of that box to literally free yourself from the perception of life through the matter eyes. If you can start to feel that this environment we are living in is giving us even more than we see, than we hear, or than we can touch or smell, we can feel more at home. So this environment between your hands is protected through your hands by you, through the intention of letting creation unpack itself in the fields that you hold. So we slowly start again to move our fingers. Now we touch them together, the two hand sides. So those fields just got integrated because there is no space gap between your hands left. And with the intention of a heartfelt thank you, you express your gratitude to just have witnessed what is hidden for still too many people on this planet. So thank you very much for being with us here and going through the process that we are all part of. And in so many ways, the Mehran teaching we started yesterday is about becoming or being the mirror, and therefore being also able to use the mirror as a device. And if we name that as a portal, can I just share my screen just right now? The video, I mean.
There, you should be able to start your video now.
Okay, great. Thank you. So if the mirror is also a portal, if we go through the portal, we basically arrive somewhere else, and this elseness is just that difference between the known and the unknown in so many ways. And to basically get to know and apply the knowledge, and therefore then be able to experience also the truth and the benefit of maybe less matter, is what we would like to bring you closer to, that you get comfortable with, to be in a state, if it's not here on the planet, then it is in space. And if you know what you're doing here, then you're basically able sooner or later to travel through the both of the worlds. So for that we created a certain orientation, and that orientation is in the very old sense of a way like a map. So we arrive through this portal in a certain new environment. And there are two ways basically where we invite you to enter this land of creation. Either you go through the portal with the teachings, or you basically come from the top, so you fall into this land, into this world. And this is when you basically have a dream state where you literally fall out of the sky. Might have happened to many already. So if not, this is not the case. There is on this landscape, there are many animals actually living there, and so they are joining us to find together, or to basically make world peace in a way through the understanding of the knowledge that is intention of sooner or later a way of balance. And so we all see that through ways of basically falling in love, there is always a way of balance coming into your life. And so this environment, I try to recreate it in a very basic way here. We'll have different states of fields, or different fields to explore, and through the going through, or the walk through, or basically the concept behind this map is a play. It's like a game. So you can go through it over and over, and so game over is decided by you and not by the understanding of yourself. So we will have, in the next session, we will start on the very left side with the situation that we are part of a crew of a ship, and so then we will get planked from that ship. because we did something that was not pleasant to someone or maybe to yourself. And so basically we are thrown in the wide open deep ocean. And so we have to figure out how we can survive or how we can go on from there. So either you enter the game through the dream state, and this might happen to you by accident. So when you next become aware that you got visited by an animal, maybe you come back on Monday at 6, so we can talk about it. And if you have any joy to find in a playful way of application of the knowledge, and that is so vast that it's quite easy to understand that we can have the feeling of being lost. If it's not in the ocean, it can be also lost in the knowledge. And we try to basically give you many tools to make you able to basically build your own landscape, which is part of your inner self. And so this is maybe not a short, but it was a medium introduction of what we were doing on the yesterday, so giving an overview. And if we put that in a bit more beautiful way, this is the map. You saw that already in the introduction video for the Mehran training program. And so this will be the gathering place, the point of arrival in many directions. So we basically can catch up or catch you up from where you start. And as I already mentioned, there are also many different aspects of cultures and time frames of knowledge that will find into this landscape. And one of it is that we will have an ambassador of the animal kingdom every single week, at least for 1 year. And so I would like to share with you the ambassador from yesterday that is or was the number 1, and that is the eagle. So bear with me, it will be a short story, a short lesson that the eagle is sharing with us. Eagle, fly high, touch Great Spirit. Share your medicine, touch me, honor me, so that I may know you too. Eagle is the representation of spirit. Eagle medicine is the power of the Great Spirit, the connection to the divine. It is the ability to live in the realm of spirit and yet remain connected and balanced within the realm of earth. Eagle soars and is quick to observe expansiveness within the overall pattern of life. From the heights of the clouds, eagle is close to the heavens where the Great Spirit dwells. The feathers of eagle are considered to be the most sacred of healing tools. They have been used for centuries by shamans to cleanse the auras of patients coming to them for healing. Within the belief systems of Native American tribes, eagle represents a state of grace achieved through hard work, understanding, and the completion of the tests of initiation, which result in the taking of one's personal power. It is only through the trial of experiencing the lows in life as well as the highs, and through the trials of trusting one's connection to the Great Spirit, that the right to use the essence of eagle medicine is earned. So today we have connection with the eagle, which is reminding you to take heart and gather your courage, for the universe is presenting you with an opportunity to soar above the mundane levels of your life. The power of recognizing this opportunity may come in the form of a spiritual test. In being astute, you may recognize the places within your soul, personality, emotions, or psyche that need bolstering or refinement. By looking at the overall tapestry, Eagle teaches you to broaden your sense of self beyond the horizon what is presently visible. In learning to fiercely attack your personal fear of the unknown, the wings of your soul will be supported by the ever-present breezes, which are the breaths of the Great Spirit. Feed your body, but more importantly, feed your soul. Within the realm of Mother Earth and Father Sky, the dance that leads to flight involves the conquering of fear and the willingness to join in the adventure that you are co-creating with the divine. So Eagle soars for all of us today, and he's bringing us to you the notice to reconnect with the element of air. Air is the mental plane, and in this instance it is of the higher mind. Wisdom comes in many strange and curious forms, and is always related to the creative force of the Great Spirit. If you have been walking in the shadows of former realities, Eagle brings illumination. Eagle teaches you to look higher and to touch Grandfather Sun with your heart, to love the shadow as well as the light. See the beauty in both, and you will take flight like the eagle. Eagle medicine is the gift we give ourselves to remind us of the freedom of the skies. Eagle asks you to give yourselves permission to legalize freedom and to follow the joy your heart desires. So, and for all those who did not have listened yet, the eagle can insist, as every animal can. So if we have the contrary understanding of eagle, we might have forgotten the power and the connectedness to the Great Spirit. You might have failed to recognize the light that is always available for those who seek illumination. Heal your broken wings with love. Loving yourself as you are loved by the Great Spirit is the lesson which the contrary eagle brings. On some level, eagle is telling you to seek higher ground on which to build your nest. The nest is the home of the heart and cannot remain in a swamp. If your nest is in a swamp, this may be connected to your belief that your wings are clipped by an impossibility in your present status. Eagle's nest is high in the mountains, where the air is clean and the movement free. It may be your time for a vision quest so that you can commune with the Great Spirit. Fasting and also praying will surely bring an answer. Seek lofty ideals and illumination will be close at hand. So thank you for listening to the knowledge and the wisdom from our fellow eagle. And so we will discover many more teachings and insights from our maybe closest neighbors that we have been denying for so long time. And it's in the whole process no surprise that we basically share the same goal. So the animals are also here to live in a state of peace. And the more we can basically work with them and learn also from them, just in a different way, maybe in a silent way, there is so much more to integrate and then create from anew as a collective of a group. So it's not about only mankind, but it's about whole life on this planet. And so I would like to close with another short video, and this is just one example that I was talking about, and let the birds speak from themselves.
That's a bird. That looked like a bird. Something big in the middle of the mill.
So maybe there is greater beauty in the way we
That's a bird.
perceive beauty by
That's like
giving
a bird.
ourselves up to be part of a collective, to create something that is bigger than us. And yet in so many ways very close or the same. So how could these starling birds here create this
Something big in the middle of the mill.
this reflection of themselves as a field, while there is no chatter or no phone calls or no Wi-Fi, whatever, but they are
That's a
doing it,
bird.
and so
That looked like a
I
bird.
haven't seen man doing that, at least not doing it in the air. So I think these are advanced understandings they are at least worth to observe a little bit longer and apply that understanding then through the integration into your life or into you as the creation that you experience every day.
That's a bird. That looked like a bird. Something big in the middle of the mill.
That shape in the beginning is also quite interesting, isn't it? So, yeah, I think that's a good as a starter for next Monday, and here is again the time and coordination to join us and get more into the application of the knowledge. Is there any question or a comment?
Remind our attendees they can put up their virtual hands if you want to ask a question at this point. Andreas, I had a question. You mentioned the importance of, well, fasting, you mentioned once, and also of emptying the stomach, creating that voidness, let's say. Could you talk about that a bit? What is the idea there?
Okay, so let's look at this at another example. So if we have a car, and as long as you're running with the car or basically driving with the car, so everything that the engine and everything in the insides of in the guts of the car is doing, so that's some sort of energy transformation or whatever. It's just that, you know, it's work that has to be done. So, and through all the physical, we know that there is an emotional attachment, and then is also, you know, like a mental, you know, occupation. So it actually just costs you energy. so the more empty you are, you basically connect with that is working, that work labor that is basically unemployed when the car is resting in the garage. Or if you start to basically eat less or basically fast for a certain amount of time, that energy, that employment personnel basically got to be dismissed. And so, you learn a very good lesson in how much you really need to consume in the physical way. So the more you basically go into the soul perspective, everything that holds you back in the matter through whatever irritation, be it food, and also the breathing in some way is that, but we can handle that quite good through the breathing. But if you you have to go past the state of the emotional hunger. So when you basically can figure out how you can solve the issue, or that illusion basically that you become hungry by doing nothing. So that's one goal to aim. So the less full or the more empty you basically are, the more receptive you will become. So you're literally more gravitating to some intake, and so you can use this gravitational momentum or energy to basically you can transform it. Was that something like an answer?
Yes, thank you. In the analogy to the car, I think about the Formula One racing or other forms of racing where they do what's called time trials, a couple of laps to set your best time, so you have a position in the race. And I was just noting a few days ago that what they do is they only have enough fuel for that 1 or 2 laps to do their time trial, personal laps by themselves out on the track, and they only carry enough fuel for those couple of laps. So that's kind of the same idea as for best performance. You just carry with you what you need for that time interval, basically. And you always know that somehow you'll get fed after the end of this interval.
Yeah, for us is really to get to know yourself better in that way, that you really know how you get fed. We let us guide around by so many beautiful, sweet, sour, beautiful meals and creations of food. And yet when we look here in this part of the land, we have like 30% of food waste. So this is just incredible for such a developed country that we have here. So we throw at least 1/3 of that we think we need to consume away. So that tells us quite the story for the society. And yet if we basically manage to see that we are a reflection of the totality of the society, at least regional or depending where you live. So it might occur to you that you can see that food waste is also happening in your behavior. So when you basically know that maybe you throw also too much away, then maybe it is helpful to start, get a shorter grocery list and get more careful with you, because always when you're driving, the car loses its resale price, the value. So keep that in mind. The more you basically keep yourself running, the more you might not be ready to run, like 300,000 kilometers without stop. So I think the analogy you mentioned with the Formula One, it's not only that we don't need that much, but basically more to discover what we already contain or are part of. And from there is a lot of knowledge that had been fed to all of us through many stories, be it in history or science or religion and many other ways. So we have to dig ourselves out of this, and we only can remember through the emotional connection that is beneficial to all of us, no matter what. So we try to focus on that and basically make you be more aware of your craft that you are driving, or basically putting into the garage at your will. So
very good. Also, the source of the fuel supplies that we use for our energy, both in our vehicles and in our own personal physicality. And there's more of an emphasis on that now as we moved away from fossil fuels in terms of oil and gasoline and so on for vehicles. In race cars, for example, are now moving to electric or hybrid, something in between. And that transition is happening in the next few years, and we're moving totally away from what's called the internal combustion engine into something different as electric or a hybrid kind of situation that's something in between. It's interesting, and also with people's food intake is also going on in the same way, moving away from the heavy meat-based diet into these alternate meats that they have now, for example, that are actually plant-based, but gives you the same protein and so on. And it's interesting transition as we move closer to working from the fields directly rather than through the intermediary of these heavy fuels that we rely on. Sometimes a heavy meal, feels so satisfying, except afterwards it can be heavy. It can be the results can affect our ability to lighten up and work with more subtle fields, I think.
Keshe tried to lead us into this direction. I think it's 1 or 2 years ago. So, when you basically now try to imagine your favorite food, that you just put it in your mouth. So you have it in your hand and then you are just about to take a bite. So if you really are able to basically give yourself that experience just through the imagination, let's say you eat that straight 15 minutes as you would do it in real life, I am pretty sure that there will be at least an adventure on an emotional side for you. But maybe also we all know that is no secret anymore, and the moment we think that on something delicious, we usually get watery mouths. So if this is just the starting point of like an expedition where we can discover ourselves, that we can literally create water ourselves. We are making the water, and we don't need to go to universities to find that out. We just need to think on something delicious. So so this confidence has no value in regard to what is valued in today's heads, at least. But for your body and for your heart, water is definitely something to work with. So, switching from one way of perspective thinking, like you know, how much can you go really without consumption? That's quite the ride, and so we sooner or later get all in these situations. For example, if you break the nose, so I broke my nose by myself when I was like 18. It was like a high jump situation, the last 5 minutes of sport education in my life in school. So I was doing the best jump maybe in my life, but the landing was also very tight. So my knee hit myself in the face, and I broke my nose. So why did I want to say that? Yeah, so after the 2 weeks afterwards, I could eat or drink. It was just a different feeling of what you basically put through your mouth and everything else. So there was no taste. There was a little bit of sweet and salt that you could barely taste. But so everything related to food or consumption in this regard was very boring. So this is not an invitation to break your nose, deliberately, but so there are many ways of different perspective that we can only take in or take over when we basically leave the other seats of perception. And so as long we keep turning the wheels in the same way, in the same speed, there will be not much of a change. So you need to know how you feel when the wheel seems to be still, and how it is on speeds that you haven't imagined yet. So it's always a brighter spectrum going to open the more we use actually words for it.
Hello?
Yes, Dean, please go ahead.
Thank you. I just wanted to weigh in on this right here because I was hit by a car a couple years ago, almost killed myself. And I was in a crosswalk. I was the pedestrian. Well, I've been doing the cup of life. And this ties in with what's being spoken because in that time of recovery, and I am recovered, I have taken off weight-wise about 70 pounds. And through the teachings and following what I have learned in the Knowledge Seekers and the work, exercise, etc., watching and following what has just been spoken, my health has been brought to a place that is 40 years younger than I was before. And what has blown me away in the process is watching the skin be returned to 30 years younger on my chest and all over. And any place that there's just a little bit left of the fat that was from my last life before the cup of life, and getting rid of the toxins that were in, and the understanding of how the transmutation of the cells works and the energies. I really have been born again through the process, literally, physically. I'm amazed. I'm still trying to wrap my head around how much do I need to eat, and thanks for the teaching. That's all I had to say.
Wow, Dean, that's terrific. Thank you very much for that.
Dear Rick, dear Andreas, can I say something? Hello?
Please speak freely.
Oh, thank you, my dear Andreas. I want to share what you said about the fasting. It is an ancient culture that was still within us, to be a perspective and to create the goodness of a giver, and it is always when we eat, the body gets distracted in a way, So they're distracted, and they just diverge and try to solve situations like all the protein is making, and all the cells are engaged. So there is the ancient way culture of love, and we say culture of love, and very ancient, very very ancient. And this is the way to understand how we can give the most beautiful way. So as socially, humanity has evolution in a way, by feeding and by and only understood the hunger is the most important thing. But as we say, the shine of the earth and the shine of the moon gives the star, gives a sunshine. This is an interaction. So here we have to, in the fasting system, what is happening is we understood, because the society has broken into different rich, poor, in the middle, and out of the middle. But then this, well, I will say exercise, practice of this culture, you can understand the way how to give. You can observe with your eyes things transmuted in front of you as you have exercised. That is very beautiful about fasting, if anyone can. And of course, if matter is more dense, then we have to understand that we have to depend on more diluted form of well, if you say liquid form of fluid form of food, like that. So in a way, when we are growing, there is an incident. Many incidents were there when we are all trapped in this chaos. Still, in a way, when I was like, I became mother of two, and it was like a chaos. And then suddenly, I felt sick, like a viral fever was going on, and it was so intense that it was not typhoid, it was not jaundice, it was nothing like that. But I refused to go to the doctor. And what happened is, there's a fever every day, but I cannot eat, but I can only taste the salt. And I only drink Coca-Cola at that time. For 2 months, I have been on Coca-Cola and salt. There's a mixed salt, and my skin was just like the snake. The snake give out the skin. My skin was like that. It's just dropping out. And then after 2 months, I was not able to eat. As like my body says, no, stop. You don't have to do that again. This is so much distraction you are in. And then the body automatically in a position and stop the voluntary, a kind of voluntary exercise of food, what we do. So after that, I get more realized in the enlightenment position, and more to uh, understand uh, to have an observation of the perspectives of others too, kind of that. So that is a way sometimes body automatically, uh, we say that is sickness, but it is doing the fasting on its own way. Don't eat anything, stop it, like that. So, and as you have shown the video of the birds, these are kind of birds. They they move each other with each other in a very vibrant and in a very analytical way, that they understand the condition to be the bigger the sustainable thing you are. So they become like, they form the form of a bigger bird, and move like together in the ocean. Fish move like together, to form a bigger structure, like the eagle, as you said. And as you said, the eagle, I I understand the way the eagle do, the highly spiritual way. And here in India, there is a culture, I always mention this. Well, it was not India, it was before that, this eagle, there was this advanced civilization we all know We are a part of it still. And we are now knowing these advanced technologies. There is the a spaceship called, is the name of this eagle. No, it's an enhanced way of an eagle, and it's called Garuda Vimana. And there is a Shastra, there is a whole data on this Vimanika Shastra. They call this, they in the Vimanika Shastra, there is a little wrong narrative about the fuel they used, anti-gravity and all. But that is, we know how this, and this Garuda Vimana appears and disappears whenever it likes. So it is a huge Vimana, like taking the cosmos and all that is on her on the back, and just waving in the space of the beauty and totality like that, and appears when it's needed with all the awakened souls. So this eagle was compared. Well, I will not say compared. We can see the wholeheartedness, the highly soulfulness of the eagle. Even we observe that by seeing it's very intentionally the eagle that is going away from you, coming towards you. That is so beautiful, so energetic. So because of this, the well, here in India says the gods and goddesses, they created this Vimana, the spaceship of a Garuda, like an eagle. That is the most authentic Vimana. Well, I will say the spaceship of the technology that was advanced, and that is there. Just we have to understand, as this is beautiful explanation, dear Andreas, about when you exercised. I have experienced of this before also. I was in the, as I wanted to be. Here where I live, it's a very dry place. We always think about snow, about the ocean, about the rivers. And even I see documentaries related to that. And I feel that I am walking in the snow. Like when you were talking, when we are exercising, I was in the way to the moon. And all the stars are like, I'm walking, and the moon, in the moon, all the fragrant flowers were there. All the fragrance, most beautiful fragrance, white, and you can see, if you observe the colors also. And you are seeing the stars as homes, as bluish light, and somebody standing there and calling you, come on, come here, my dear, come here. There is the way, and there is the moon shining on the beautiful blue light on all of us, all the stars, and we can see, connect, and that is the night. You know, the beauty of the night is that. And so, well, we can say the gravity and the higher magnitude of the eagle, the gravity and the love of the moon, and the gravity of the love of all that is. So here we understood that when the intention is clear, I mean, when we say ethics are clear, then we can see in these exercises, in this emptiness of our all illusion is gone, then you can say even when I was ready to talk to you, I was trying to drink a sip of tea, but suddenly I canceled that, because I thought, if I drink the tea, I maybe sometimes it connects, sometimes it loses. I can lose some of the words I want to say to you. So I just stopped sipping the tea. I told my heart. Then after talking, I will talking to Andreas, sharing what I felt. I will drink the tea. So the emptiness of the belly works and upheaval or enhancement of the heart and soul. The understanding is more in the dynamic phase, I would say. And you have given this presentation very beautifully, my dear Andreas. Thank you for your hard work. And I will say beautiful work. And as we are going, we are transitioning towards well, I will say the moonshine, then the dimensions are clear. We are walking on the path of peace, and it is clear for all of us. And it must be like that. So, enhancing more is so beautiful with your words. I understand when I was learning the Vaimanika Shastra in India, written by some scientists here in India, but they have manipulated that text also into elements of physical matter to create the anti-gravity position. But we know how plasma works. It doesn't take any time. There's no time in plasma dynamics like that. So here we can understand the energy of the eagle, the Garuda Vimana. So here I will say thank you again, my dear Andreas. Thank you for your presentation. Salam, namaste, Salut.
Thank you very much, Sveta.
Anybody else have any question or anything to share, my dear ones? Please do share.
Sveta, actually, I have a question.
Oh, yes, of course.
So we go back to the video. So you were saying that every single bird of these here, that they can imagine the bigger bird by themselves.
Yes.
So where did they go to school?
No, they don't go to school. This is so natural, my dear Andreas. That is what we are. That is what we are. As you have exercised us in that way, that you told us that you are a mirror. These birds are just exercising. They are self-practicing, or they are in this position to mirror themselves, to understand the situation, to cross the level, enhancement more, to be seen by another eagle, like an eagle. No? So this is a beautiful presentation, the video you have given. Yes, of course, every bird was a mirror of the other bird. Indeed, and this is not learned in school. So I was saying, yeah.
I just want to say a joke that only fish learn that in a school.
Yes.
You see a similar behavior in the school of fish.
Yes, yes. Or when you go separate to this school of here in this what we have learned. I was a student of science, but I don't know in the botany classes, in the botany book, in the book of botany, there is always whether I was studying in India in the classes schools of in India. But the botany writer, the writer of the botany class, is always outsider from India. But he was explaining about the botany of the Himalayas, about the botany of where I live, and I couldn't understand how they can do that. We don't understand some orchids from Western countries or Europe. So this is what we couldn't understand. That every narrative, there is a one writer. Every narrative, there is a one historian. So this is what these words are free from. And beautiful indeed. Thank you.
Hello. Good afternoon, everybody. Can we go to the wishes before the end of the program, please? Thank you. Thank you, Andreas.
Yes, Marnas, we can.
Thank you very much. It's already almost 6 o'clock.
Oh, yes, I know. It was just merging and flowing with the emotions of love together with Andreas as he was presenting. And I just wanted a welcome. If there is something anyone wants to share about, then that will be very beautiful. Or There is the next slide. We can go, my dear Rick. If Andreas, you are okay? Is that all?
Yes, yes,
My
thank
dear?
you.
Oh, thank you so much. So, yes, we can go to the next slide, my dear Rick.
Do I hear anybody?
Yes, yes, very nice.
Right. Okay. Well, thank you, Andreas, for your sharings. Thank you, everybody. Well, just an introduction why I tried to do something before 6 o'clock. The little knowledge that I have, do you hear me well? Is it okay?
Yes, we do.
I have
Yes.
it back. Thank you. Very simply, what I know is that UCS friends of mine, we are self-proposed volunteers for helping peace and justice for this planet. So anybody who is ready, they can propose themselves. And each one for the line of emotion of the language, for every language has its emotional charge that any of us can kind of observe it and bring it here, bring it to the peace, One Nation, One Peace program. And I very much think that, my dear UCSS friends, I would like that that you express yourself, and that's the beauty of it, and efficiency of the work of each and all of us. And sometimes we can get arrogant that it might give some authority, and that's the end of it. So it's not a one-man show here. I'm sure you're all full of fantastic ideas and knowledges to advance us all. And no one can take the right in this one nation, one planet. So please bring, and people can send their problems to UCSs of their language to be pondered and given from the soul of them collectively. The only value, according to Mr. Keshe, and what I understand, is when it is collectively. It's not just the isolated wish. So I count on you, and I count on your good wishes that we all enjoy your wishes, your what you see in your communities, so that everybody can profit from this. So this said, I had three, I should find the UCS chat. I had three wishes because I always look around and see what's wrong, that we can do something. Sometimes we cannot do. It's out of our capability. So a knowledge seeker with Mr. Keshe, There was a lady who put in the chat about Nicaragua earthquake. Of course, I'm not UCS Spanish, but I just wrote that we will put it in the chat, and we send our prayers for that. So I took the job of UCS Spanish, and it goes like this. I give from my soul for helping the victims of the earthquake in Managua, Nicaragua, to raise their souls and calm their spirits in this difficult situation. So I wait for you, UCSS, that accompany the wish collectively, or on the chat, or. And if there is nobody, so I can go to the next one. But
I am present, my dear Mehran. I am present. Thank you.
thank you. So maybe it's written on the chat. The second one goes, like I saw the image, I think for a very long time I will take that, because some images is like when you throw a stone in the water, it goes down, but it creates things around it until it disappears. And this kind of images, I think this one is one of those which I will remember for some time. I saw a woman who was crazy from pain, didn't know where to go, gets close to the place of prayer near the door and takes a kind of the curtain, outside curtain of that place, and crying from pain. I think the sky, the stars could hear that. This woman has just, and it was written under that, this woman has lost her husband in Afghanistan in a bombing. And then he lost her daughter in a school bombing. And today he's losing his son in a school bombing. So I was wondering, this body has nothing to stay alive with no love to give, with all that problem. I think they could have killed this lady that was a service. So while I was looking at her, so I had this idea and I made this wish from the bottom of my soul, if you wish. It goes as this. I give from my soul to the children of Afghanistan victim of 2 bomb explosions in their school. That day it was 2 bombings almost at the same time, 27 child killed. Also to raise the soul of those who planned these school and mosque bombings, to realize the cries of the mothers and the effect of their plans, to realize the consequences of what they have planned. I personally am 100% sure later or sooner, everybody sees the reaction of their acts. So I wish for them to elevate the soul of them, for that they come to realization also.
I'm present.
Where is Estefania? She's not there. Okay.
Yes, I'm here, but it's a little bit noise in the background.
That okay. Why others? You see UCSS don't like to collectively send this message to somewhere, to the universe. Why is it? Aren't we all part of this planet? Can we just take care of one part and leave other parts? It's impossible. We are all together. Emotionally, we are all together. Spiritually, we are all together. The mission of Keshe Foundation is all together. Of course, it's enhancement unit, it's plasma knowledge and all that, but who is it for? It's for us. It's for humans. It's for raising the soul of the man to the peace, and then use correctly the knowledge for its betterment. Hello? Okay. So we cannot just take a knowledge part and leave preparing the people in the world. Mr. Keshe said 7 billion person or more now have to go together this time. We are not the elite to say, okay, I speak languages, I have internet, I have the willingness and wish of learning and maybe in my home, or just all of us have to go together. Nobody will be left alone. We are all the same stars when they see it from outside. Of course, that was very difficult for me because sometimes people, different education and not very. So now I'm really getting to realize how it's possible. And especially there's a program in Channel 4 in Iran about a research and also a program about life after NDR, people who are dead clinically and they come back, they go see, and they say there is a life and we pay everything. And sometimes the people who had seen the wonderful places were very, very poor people, but very, very honest. So when I see these programs by internet, I learned from it that what the prophet had said was true. We really have another place to go after. So why not now to create some beautiful future? We can, and the purpose of our creation is that we get there, that we get to that beauty. So that's how I understand plasma knowledge. And so everything has to go together. Products and spaceship and peace and justice for every soul. Excuse me, I'm fasting. I cannot talk too much. So the third one and the last one is, I give from my soul. Yes, I give from my soul and heart for Keshe Foundation gathering the 1,500,000 euros today. That I wrote in Thursday, but I know because of the wire thing, sometimes the money gets a few days to take out. So that was my wish. So you see, UCS, it's up to you to collectively make this wish. Oh, I cannot see the chat. So if you see the chat. And So I think I wrote that I was feeling like something is missing because we are not perfect. We all have difficult problems, personality things. We have to develop different things. And I was thinking in my teaching, it's my 7th year, soon it will be finished 7th year. Something I need is not there. And then Mr. Keshe proposed, for the first time, he said, we can do something materially. I mean, material, not money, but even the wishes is good. And that opened, that blocked energy. And I got back I talk about myself, my happiness back, because I never accept the gifts or things which are free, because I like not to owe. And maybe that was the part that we were taking at least every Thursday and all these programs. And maybe that's a way of exchange, the correct, healthy exchange that for me, maybe that's what was making me somehow, I feel happier now that I think I can maybe do something. And I think Mr. Keshe somehow knew that in order that we will be happy, we have to have the exchange in, like we take and we give. That's the healthiest thing to progress, I think, spiritually. So I wish you all the spiritual advancement, and it is possible. Doesn't matter what, who we were, what kind of, where we are situated. It's the same combat. It has to pass by sacrifice. And but I tell you, it takes time, but there's no way that we cannot get to what we want spiritually if we are sincere. So that's all. Thank you very much. I really wanted to do it before 6 o'clock, because at 6 o'clock, I feel like Rick wants to not let it too long. And that's why I interfered, because sometimes I'm afraid to jump out. And somebody said, oh, you're jumping out? No, I'm kidding. But kind of, I restricted myself to give ideas. At least I'm, yeah. And that's all. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you, my dear Mehran, for your kind words, and happy for your words with your happiness, your fasting also. Thank you. Thank you so much. And this is
my heart.
Oh,
it's your heart.
Yeah, of course. Here, as Mehran has said, this presented wished, these beautiful wishes, and here is the bring the needs and wishes from your community to the Universal Council as one planet, one nation, one race for justice and world peace. Anybody else or anybody wants to share, beautiful souls, to share anything or have any wish, please, you are welcome. Thank you.
You're welcome, my dear.
Diane had a comment in the YouTube. She says, methinks our sister and brother animals can see, or some other sense can feel, or are made aware of the fields that unify them, so they fly as one. We need to wake up our senses methinks. Thank you, Diane.
Yes, thank you, Diane. We need to do that. Really, thank you. Thank you, my dear.
Hello, this is Dean, and I have a wish. I will be in conference with world leaders for the next 7 days, and I am a representation, or the only one, of knowledge seekers. And so I ask that the doors be open and the ears and hearts, and that the ethos and the peace treaty and the plasma technology get released under the ethos of the knowledge seekers. Yeah, that's my wish.
I am present in your wish, my dear. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I am present.
If I may, your wish is fantastic. And if you really want it to be stronger, in my opinion, which might not be correct, you send it to UCS America, English language. And then they bring it in the chat or in the meeting. And then the whole UCS sends from their souls. And then if it's really done as it is, it's dynamic. It really works. So that's my idea. About every other languages also. You send it to your UCS, and then it gets real power. Thank you.
But I think an individual variable, that is also possible, that anyone can wish as a collective. So this is also a dynamic position. And this is how we are bringing this community together, from wishing as an individual too. Because we always think that we are individual, but we are part of each other. So this is the dynamism we have to understand. As Dean said, the wish, and it is done, kind of that. So thank you, Mehran. But every time, you don't have to write to UC. If we are all universal people. We are all universal, my dear. There's no such thing as council of UC and all. We are here. We are here always to be together. That's the main morale. We are all universal in a way. When we are surpassing this timeline to be in the dimension of timelessness, there's no universal councils. There's nothing like that. That there's you and me and all that is love. So I think this is the way the wish works. Thank you, Mehran. Thank you, my dear.
Sure. We all have wishes, and we all have the techniques how our wishes come true in our level. But as far as the wishes collectively of UCS is what we are here for. Like we had a wish for Yemen, and we saw the peace, even though, I don't know what happens, but we saw the peace. And that is what I call collective wish of UCS, and etc., etc. I really believe in it. I really believe in it. That's why Mr. Keshe put UCS for this function, especially on a collective base to advance the planet effectively and actually.
Hey, we've got a hand up here with Jefferson. Perhaps we can hear from him.
Hello, Rick. You hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Oh, hello. Hello, everyone. Universal Council members, Jefferson Rodrigues from Brazil. Always an honor and very nice to be with all here to learn and try to share. And at this moment, after Mr. Keshe had the last teaching about the support for independence, to keep the Keshe Foundation as independent organization in such a way we can help to spread the knowledge, this universal knowledge. We live in a world that there is matter state running. So I something that I was trying to say and to put in the words what I was feeling. So I wrote a kind of testimonial from my view of this moment and since the beginning, in fact. So if the Universal Council allowed, I would like to read it, what I was posted in the Telegram group, and was shared kindly by Rick and others, friends. If you allowed me, I will read it here. Is there any problem for you?
No, my dear Jefferson. Beautifully, I have seen that. Oh, please, you don't ask like that. We are all together in. Please welcome. Please.
Yeah. Thank you, Sweeta, very much. So I read what I posted there. I said, hello, everyone. If you allowed me some personal reflections on Keshe technology. We have received thousands of hours of universal teachings from the plasma fields free of charge and with love. We have helped save hundreds or thousands of lives in the pandemic with the cups of life. I have reduced the spending money on medicines. I have reduced the electricity costs. I have reduced the food costs. I have reduced veterinarians costs. I've reduced dental costs. I've increased my self-esteem. I've increased my vitality. I have improved my mood. I have increased my affection and respect for others, animals, plants, insects, rocks, and etc. I have increased my knowledge about the creator's field and the singularity of the magnetism, beliefs in cosmic universe, the solar system, light, our planet, nature, and etc. I've increased my knowledge about the interaction of my souls and physicality to respect, serve, and help all beings. I've increased my happiness with the simple things and much more. It's in fact endless. So every cent that I have made in donations to the research and the development of Keshe Foundation, which is a non-profit organization, brings unparalleled joy, because I know that this cent carries my retribution, intention, and love, so that everyone, especially the most in need, are elevated by the knowledge and can enjoy a full and happy life. This is my humble vision as a knowledge seeker. And to that, I'd like to add, because as we understand the way the plasma works, we give, we take, in the physicality. It's a way that we can, as not much or the value of the donation, but the intention that's embedded in that. That goes, if you see one enhanced unit, it costs millions. But if you give €1 or 10 euros or 100 euros, it's sure that one coil turn inside that machine or that unit is embedded with your love, with your intention. So you interact with the intention for those who created from Mr. Keshe and the universal community. So we increase that energy so in such a way it can spread our wish in a kind of painting or anything, because this technology is so huge, is so beautiful, and as we know, the media blocks it, but it blocks it as free. When you have the opportunity and you have the capital and the matter state, so you can bank it, they don't care about it. They put your advertisement, they put it there. They don't block. I know because I have this experience here in Brazil, as I made Google advertisement to direct people in the to go to the One Cup of Life site, where they had the opportunity to learn how to make the cup of life. As I was managing this advertisement system, as I gave as donation for those who want to go there, there is no blockage, nothing, you know. Once we have a capital to make this advertisement in the correct way within the rules of the system, it goes through. Nobody blocks because they must spend it to block it. That's an interesting thing. So it worked very well. Right now we just stopped because of the site One Cup, One Life is changing. So we just stopped a little bit for that, but I hope that we will have it back and we can put it forward to help people. Really, they understand that there exists this, because most of people does not know that it exists. And I think through our souls and our Mr. Keshe teachings and our work as volunteer, as participating in this meeting, is very, very powerful through the soul. But we have as well to work with the emotion, the transition field, and the matter state field, because it's the way so far it's doing this. So this is my view. Really, is I'm not saying that one is doing more than another, or it's just a view how we can push the Keshe Foundation as a free organization, and with the power to face the challenges that we have to spread this knowledge. And thank you very much for all of you. It's wonderful teaching. Thank you, Andreas. Thank you, everybody. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Rick. Thank you all.
Rick, can you hear me properly now? I mean, there's noise still?
I think that's, it seems much better, I think. Go ahead.
Okay. I want to thank you, Jefferson, for reading this beauty and totality, and very beautiful, Jefferson. And I know this space travel, this space dimension, or we say where we are going, this will be a transition peaceful for all humanity to experience after years of suffering. So this is what I need. Thank you, Jefferson, my dear.
Thank you, Srita.
Okay, we did miss one of the previous slides here. I'm wondering if you want to address that, or shall we skip it? It's up to you.
No, I can read that. It was wishes of Mehna's, but then everything is beautiful in the moments. So I will read this, my dear, the Dome of Peace, the Home of Peace. I will read it. This is a call to all knowledge seekers. Let's get together, create the peace dome all over the planet. As you can see, an enlightened dome that is upon us. We have created this. Be the part of this. Spray your soul. I will say, as in the Brazilian team has already welcomed, in different ways you can spray the dome of peace. You can connect with others in the soulful way, as we do now, spraying the soul all over. So, and put a salt in it to create the saltiness. As my dear Moshfik said, the salt is the connection, and a beautiful teacher. And that is the way, standing in front of an ocean, feeling the saltiness, the connection, interdimensional. Well, I can say that now. And here is, I'm reading the Dome of Peace. Please remember every Sunday from now on until we raise the soul of this planet to a particular peaceful planet. Keshe Foundation knowledge seekers worldwide will spread the Gans water around the world at 12 p.m. CET and or 18 p.m. CET every Sunday at the same time as they choose which time to suit them. Thank you for participating in the greatest movement by the soul of the man to bring about the peace on this planet as a permanent feature of the life of this planet. Mr. Keshe suggests we add the next step to create the dome of peace with the power of soul. We ask you to spread the Gans water each Sunday. Now we give you a new path. Now try to unite each other's soul. Try to elevate the soul of humanity through your own soul to a level that no one can touch the embodiment of the human race. As Dean was saying, choose a time where all of you come together on the soul level in a state of inner calmness. At that time, don't spread the water, Gans, but spread your soul. Unite, and in time, we will make a new race out of the soul of man. And then instead of doing it more, it once a week, do it all the time. Mr. M. Tekish, Shriman, thank you. And I will say that if you, the soul, as we connected, as we wish, or even don't wish, we are connected, the soul level. Those who don't understand, they have to cross levels. Those who understand, they are just in the step away. So I will say the dome of peace is the beauty and totality, my dear. All the oasis is here. All the loving energy is here. And we are here. That is the most important. As we wish, as we say something, we, as Andreas has explained, that mirroring each other. Mirroring each other, how? By connecting the soul. The saltiness of the soul connects always. So here, the salt works, and the salt says in the offering of services to give the salt of salam, the salt of salute, and the salt of namaskar. And this is the way we welcome other souls to be a part of us, always in the understanding, level of understanding, how spirit works, why the blood is, when comes out, seems red of everybody. We are all of the same path, came from the same path, going to the same way, in peace, as said. So, anyone want to say about the Dome of Peace? You are welcome.
Yes, this is Mosfet. I would like to add a little bit to what Sweta just talked about, the spreading the soul. to create the Dome of Peace. What I want to talk about is a little bit of a stepping stones. That's probably the best way of describing it. As we know, we have gone through this pandemic situation and all that, and there is an after effect. And this after effect is being felt everywhere in the world in terms of how people's health are no longer the same. The effects are definite and specific. So, the whole humanity is affected by it. Yes, we have GANs, and there are specific ways of using GANs and all that. But these spreading of the soul in the form of a dome, where we elevate others to the level we have been able to reach, no matter how little or how much it may be. But this collective effort of giving and collective effort of cooperating is, and this is tested, and I'm not saying this lightly. This has been tested and it works. And these effects can be addressed by the soul elevation. And these tests were done 1-to-1, and it works. So I would invite everybody to participate in this dome making, so that all the people who are under the influence of this situation can benefit by what we can provide, understanding the way to elevate one's physicality. All the pressures are there to alter the physicality, but the soul's capacity to adjust it and bring it to balance is much stronger. And with all our help, I think the whole humanity can deal with it. And I think this, yes, the soul's capacity and its and the elevation that it provides go far further than that. But what I'm talking about is something of a practical need, something that is tangible, something that we can contribute, and being physical, get a physical feedback that we are capable and we can be much more. So this is a need, and it's not so much a wish, but a directive. Think of it that way. I mean, if this is soul's directive, now where does it come from? As we link with the field of the soul, we develop a certain feeling. And we all know one way or another how this manifests within us, and it's unique to each of us. And our unique contribution makes the stone more balanced and perhaps reaches further. One of us may not cover one area, but there is, of course, another knowledge seeker, another friend, another well-wisher, another member of the universal community who is engaged in making things right, making things balanced. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, my dear Moshfik. Thank you so much for your word of love to all. Thank you.
If I can add to my brother Shafiq, Mushfiq, which I really very much love, it's not us who has elevated really compared to a lot of others who are elevated, known or not known. And with collective soul, we bring them in our own sphere. I mean, in soul level. There are a lot of people also who are elevated or elevated very much. And we just connect ourselves with them also. And we get kind of fed. Anyway, we get stronger than what we are. That's the unity. It's not individual, whatever. And another thing I wanted to say other than this elevation together with us, with others, was the miracle of intention. Intention is so important. It's even more important with the things I learned than the physical act. You can, with right intention, with sincere heart intention, create, even if you don't or you cannot do that. So intention of the soul, intention of the heart is very important. And that's something humanity has to learn. They can do something with the right intention. They can do and they can do. If they can do, they can get what they got. If they do it with the right intention, it depends on their intention, it becomes double, 10 times, 100 times in some strong forces of intention. So don't worry if in action you like to do something, but you cannot do it physically. You want to help, you cannot physically. If your intention is to help, if you could, that is for you. It's exactly like you have done it. So it's just the other thing as far as the intention's importance, which is a very good thing for lazy people. So not that we don't want to do it, it's just we cannot. If we could, we would do. So the whole benefit is for you, the whole soul elevation or whatever. So if we do everything with the right intention, with the soul intention, then things go faster with more joy and more in the right directions. I have to work on it myself, not to forget. So I give you the results when I'm sure that I'm really able to act like that. But I try to, in each moment, be conscious of that I'm nothing. That humbleness, that extreme humbleness, I'm nothing. And every time I said, I did that, no, I didn't do that. It was the condition and me there that I did that. Somebody else could do it. So I try to cultivate this level of humbleness, which is one of the things that we also learn in plasma science, more in a way of a different way than the other kind of teachings, which I really say that we can all together think about it and consider it also. Thank you.
Here is the, yeah. Is anybody else want to say anything in the community level? In in this one planet, one nation, in the oneness. You are welcome, my dear one. So if there is no any question or wishes or anything to say, we can go to the email addresses. This is the contact of the UC members active, and anybody from anywhere can contact anytime to get an answer. Well, we are all knowledge seekers. We are all learning in a way, but we can share our knowledge to each other. So please do contact, my dear, with your beautiful souls. And thank you. Thank you very much for being here. And there's the next slide, my dear. Here, the intention, that is, we are here to serve, not to be served, the Universal Council. Thank you so much. Salam, namaste, salute.
Okay, if there's nothing else, then that brings our show to a close today. This has been the 219th One Nation, One Planet, One Race for World Peace on Tuesday, April 26, 2022. What other announcements for upcomings do we have? I think there's, isn't TV Galactica at 11 p.m. Central European Time, I believe, with Marie. And
yes, of course.
You can access that through the TV Galactica YouTube channel and the TV Galactica Facebook, I believe. Okay, and there's also the Keshe Plasma Reactor Group, as per usual, starting on Wednesday at 7 a.m. Central European Time, which is the equivalent of 10 p.m. Today on Tuesday in Pacific Time. And we usually go for several hours of discussion and presentations of people's experiments, and it's a variety of topics that we enter into in that workshop. So people are invited, whether you're a newcomer or an old timer to this plasma technology. All right. Thanks to everyone in the Universal Council today for today's show, and for those that are participating in our various channels here as well. We'll see you all in the next public workshop, and of course at the Knowledge Seekers Workshop, which will be as usual on Thursday, April 28th at 9 a.m. Central European Time. Okay, well, as per usual, we'll go out with some clapping and dancing with the...
Rick, I was waiting. I just jump in and that clap and dance, my dear. Thank you.
The Universal Flight Enhancement Spaceship Unit music version. And we'll see you all next time around. Bye, Shweta. Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.